Good evening, Plum here playing World of Tanks, and it's time for another head-to-head. And this evening's two tanks, they're both T32s, the American heavy tanks, Tier 8. This is GoldenDeathRainbow from the Float clan, and he is going down to the south. Now they haven't sent very many players up to the north, just an IS and a Comet. And they've already met some resistance. We've got an STA-1 down here. Not really familiar with this tank. I've never had one. I know it's a pretty decent machine. It can have pretty good frontal armour. That's not bad alpha damage, 320. And that STA is burning. He didn't actually do any of that damage, I don't think. It would have been reported up on the top there. This is a 9.7 replay, so it's very fresh. It might even be on the test server, I'm not sure. Yeah, I got this last week, I think. So we are pushing the south hard. He's taking an aggressive stance here. Is GDR, I think I'll call him. It's a lot quicker than saying GoldenDeathRainbow. GDR's pushing up hard. There's an SU-122 somewhere in front of him. T25AT is trying to get away. He'll probably get a shot off on him. He's using auto lock, which is very smart. You know you're only going to have a second to shoot. You don't want to be worrying about aiming. He just kept going. Nice little lead on that fast moving tank, and IS-6 has now popped up. Where is the SU-122? He's got a friend with him now. Do we have any... no, he's all on his own. He hasn't got any platoon mates. Obviously you can see on the minimap to the north, that's where the bulk of their machines are, and he's just taken a hit from a Jagdpanther and a bounce from the SU-122. That's obviously not where he was last spotted, and I do like to see players who relocate, decide to change everything, rather than just hanging around and sitting around in the same spot they were last in. They decide to go and find something to shoot at, or just read the map and decide that things are not looking so good. And things are not looking good towards the north, are they? That looks grim. He's been spotted. Conqueror's going to get a shot into him. Takes a bounce. The front of the T32 is pretty strong. At that kind of range, he's firing AP. It's going to lose a bit of velocity over range, and you would hopefully bounce if you were angled. Not bad gun depression here. Gets a really clean shot at the T25AT and gets the kill. Kill number 1. Up to 1300 hit points now of damage. Get another shot at the Conqueror. Snaps at that one a little bit. Didn't feel like it was ever going to hit the way he snapped at it, but going to get a second chance now. This is not a bad spot to be in. He's right in the middle of his team, right on this ridge, and tanks that are over on that ridge where he's firing at are only going to see his turret. So they're going to have a hell of a time trying to do any damage to him. No artillery to worry about. Both teams losing tanks. There's that Conqueror again. I think these two could just fire shots at each other all evening long, just shooting at these kind of ranges that are not going to pen each other. I think I'd rather be in the T32 than the Conqueror, to be honest. I think it's a bit of a stronger tank. Okay, WZ. Yeah, we can get a hit in that lower Glacius. He won't be doing that anytime soon, unless he's a noob. We're watching, we're waiting. This is a good spot. I would just sit tight. I think he's going to sit tight. Usual disclaimers, I haven't watched this. This is me watching it. So we will pick a winner at the very end. We are patiently waiting for something to occur and get shots on. It's a good position, this, isn't it? They keep appearing. He's going for the track. Doesn't get the track shot, but does get the damage, which is equally as important. It would have been nice to track the Ag Tiger out in the open. He does appear to be behind a bit of hard cover. And there's another customer. No, just pulling back behind. Oh, the Ag Tiger's back on the mini-map. He's one-shottable now, only 270 left. Can he reload in time? This does reload pretty quickly, this gun. Patience. This guy has a lot of patience. Gets a shot into the Panther 88, takes a bounce shot, but he did take some damage then from the WZ111. Just show them your turret, buddy, just show them your turret, you might get bounces. They have got one more tank than us, but we do have more armour than they do. We've got 8,477, they've got 7,260. It's remarkable how slow paced these random matches do appear to be. If you've watched any of the finals this last week, and when you've got proper teams playing it, it is just like a swarm of angry bees, the tanks, when they're playing those matches. It's so coordinated, whereas random battles on the live server that we all play all the time, they're more like chess, aren't they? He's got to be careful, he doesn't want to get his chassis over that ridge, because if he takes a hit and gets tracked, he's going to get really hurt. Spotted again. Ouch, that Conqueror gets his own back. They've been throwing shots over the open ground at each other all evening. We don't have a repair kit anymore. We do have a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher. Still got 10 rounds of regular AP. 17. Is that high explosive? Yeah. Have to check because I'm a noob. We are playing quite cautiously, and deservedly so, I think. This does feel like the kind of game, if he attacked, he would probably die. He's got to hope the enemy team are going to attack. So we've got our T95. He's asking for help, but what can GDR do exactly? I mean, he's help. Yeah, I wouldn't go over there or try and get over there, because they've no doubt got machines on the minimap. There's a Rhymotile and a Jagdpanther, you know, 2 TDs. You do not want to be going up against 2 TDs, and the Conqueror's over there as well. Zooms in, go for the side of his turret if you can, buddy. Yeah, 365. That'll make him think twice. I'm sure the T95 is probably going to get spotted and have shots going in at him. Put that exactly where you put the last one if you can. What is with this Conqueror? He's just sitting there. Put another one in. How many hit points has he got now? Well, we just lost our T95. Plenty of tier 8s on both sides. Up to 3,000 damage done. GDR's thinking this game is going to end in a tie, according to the chat there, and he may be right. We basically know the split of the enemy team. They've got the 2 TDs over on the east, and the rest of the machines are over on the west, unless they've relocated. But why would they? Couldn't really see a reason why they would. This is tricky. You almost, when you've got 4.5 minutes left, you're running out of time to go on a great big jolly flank manoeuvre. IS-6 is moving up. Ah, the Rhymotile's moved up to the ridge. That's good news. Only the Jagdpanther right over in the east of the map. Our IS-6 is going to probably get crucified over there. He's between 2 TDs. He might be able to get a bounce off the Jagdpanther, but I don't think the Rhymotile is probably going to bounce. Fed 9 hit points left. This is going to end badly. Oh, poor IS6. Is it me in the IS6? Just check. No, it's not me. Could have been. It looks like something I'd do. He's dead. 3 or just under 4 minutes left. 3,000 reported damage done. We're kind of sitting pretty here. We're almost sort of the frontline tank against this Rheinmetall and the Jagdpanther in the WZ-111. Got no idea what the WZ is. Maybe he's right. Maybe this is going to end in a draw. So far it's pretty hard to argue with the way he's played. He's played an absolute rock steady fast game. It's just been hull down most of the time, picking his shots, trading a few, doing the best he can. What more can you do really in this sort of match? This kind of gameplay has probably been dictated to him by the map because of the open ground. There's a lot of open ground in this map. You start manoeuvring between places where you can conceal yourself, you're often going to get tracked or just picked off by other tanks waiting to shoot you. Okay, this is a good spot. Yeah, Rheinmetall misses. Rheinmetall's moving up. You should be okay to come out there. I don't know where the WZ is, but hopefully you might even get a bounce of your turret. Waiting on that reload. It's pretty quick, this tank, for a tier 8 heavy. Doesn't feel like you're waiting too long to get a shot off. Got to make him fire at your turret.
I don't see the target.
This is good. He's not getting too overconfident. He can't afford to. The Rheinmetall will one-shot him if he pens him. He's fired. You should better beat his reload, I think, depending which gun he's using. Rheinmetall takes another one. That was good play. Good solid play. Forced him to fire. Where is that Jagdpanther? You've got to watch your 6 at this moment in the game. Ah. Oh, good stuff. Gets a 408 damage roll on that guy. Oh god, now the WZ's turned up. Takes a bounce. Can we work over this WZ? Gets 316 into him. And it's all over. There's that pesky Jagdpanther. How's this going to end then? I thought he might stand a chance. I thought he might just go his way against the WZ. Yeah, he's got 4,605 reported damage. It's ending badly. All we've got left is our SU-122. Game over. Right, let's roll into the next replay and see how that compares. Now, the next replay, it has the same XP, but it has far less actual damage done. But because it's got the same XP, he's done a lot more damage through spotting. So he may not be firing the gun, but he's in the position that enables his team to get the damage done. So I figure they're worth comparing, just for a test almost, to see how, as long as they've got the same XP, do they still weigh up against each other. So let's roll into that match. Okay, this is on to the second replay, and this is Benq in his T32. And we are on Malanovka. We're in a tier 10 game this time, so he's got a much steeper hill to climb in this tank. Like I said, he's got almost identical XP earned for this match to the previous game. Far less actual damage, and you can expect, you can see why now. He's got to face off against a raft of tier 10s, so he's not likely to pen much. So it's going to come down to the way he drives the tank. So we're pushing up along with our T30. Got an STB1 just off our left flank. He's down in the low ground, so he's not much of a threat. We've got plenty of our tanks behind us. Looks like the E100, the enemy E100, is moving up to contest this part of the map near the windmill. And an M46 pattern. That's good. Managed to get some initial damage done. Always feels good to hurt higher tier tanks than ourselves. We're looking for that shot on the FV. You do not want to get hit by that. He's looking at you. He needs to fall back a bit. He needs to get hull down. And this tank's pretty strong when it's hull down. Like most American heavy tanks, they seem to be able to take a battering when they're hull down. Unlike his TD sibling there. But he does now have a rather handy wreck to sit behind. There's one artillery in play. We have lost a lot more tanks than they have.
We didn't even scratch them.
This is looking like an uphill struggle now. Now, is this where he's going to get a lot of his spotting damage done? He'll be the only one seeing these guys up here. Is our artillery going to do a massive amount of damage to these guys?
Ready to fire. Target released.
You wouldn't want to be there, would you? If you were playing this match and you were looking at the minimap and all you can see down your left hand flank there is those tanks and these ones in front of you, you've got to be thinking, oh my god, this game is so over. Luckily those tanks have got their own problems. Wow, he actually manages to kill the M46 Patton. Still taking no damage, taking a hit in the tracks. Come on, Artie, someone needs to hurt this FV because he's going to really, really hurt Vanc in his T32.
Target acquired. Let's find another target. Ready
Can we
to
track
fire.
this guy? I can't believe the tank's behind him. Look on the minimap. He's got so many big bad tanks that are behind him. How long can he keep this up? How long can he stay alive in this position? I guess they can't turn their guns on him. Maybe they can't see him. Okay, he's done the right thing. He's tracked it. He can hopefully get around its traverse. Get behind him. This is smart play. This is really smart. So he's put himself between. Oh, awesome. You killed him. That was our Jagdpanzer 100. Good stuff. And he's still got all his hit points. How the hell did he pull that off? I can't believe it. So now the roles almost have been reversed. Now he's in charge of this flank, and that guy's probably worried that there's an enemy tank sitting off his flank. That's fantastic. He's managed to get damage now onto several different machines, including a bat chat right at the very start. I'm not even sure if you saw that. Was I recording soon enough? When the map started, he threw one across the field and hit the bat chat. Now he's got trouble. That E100 is trouble. He's going to have one hell of a time trying to pen it. I don't think he can pen it, can he? He's loaded the APCR. I don't think even that's going to be enough to pen this guy. Ouch. I'll just leave it. I'd leave it, mate. I wouldn't go toe to toe with that thing, and well, that's okay actually. Well, he actually destroyed it. How did he do that? What dark magic is this? Having a good game? Yeah, I'm having a good game. Somehow I managed to survive. Oh, oh, oh. You can't take a hit from that thing. He's just taken a couple of big hits. What's he got left? Not much. Ooh. Nearly got the kill shot then. This is all too easy now. 2,210 reported damage. Can you hit that light tank as well? Oh, he was so unlucky not to kill him. Left him on 11 hit points. That's game over. Wow. So here are the reports for the first match. GoldenDeathRainbow in his T32. If you do a quick comparison, and I'll switch over to Vanc's one, looking at the medals and so forth, they've both got their mastery badges for that ace tankers. You know, there's a lot more going on GDR's report. He was hitting a hell of a lot of tanks. He managed to pick up Confederate as well as high caliber. And in a defeat, you know you've had a good game when you've lost and yet you've still got high caliber. He really did carry that game. Far less going on Vank's match. And let's take a look at the numbers. Team scores. Go back to GDR. And yeah, he did over 5,000 damage in his T32, killing 2 tanks, bringing home 1,349. Compare that. We did 2,325, so less than half the amount of damage actually done. 2 tanks as well, and 1,336. However, you've got to probably give it up to Vank for the situation he got himself into, and somehow actually survived it and actually went on to kill an E100. I mean, that's tough to beat, I'm afraid. You know, each match standing on their own, they're great, but I'm afraid in this one, no contest, I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen in these matches. All I can go by is these couple of numbers at the top, really. And taking a quick glance at these screens, it doesn't tell you the whole story of what's going to happen. To be honest, I thought the GDR match was going to be the better match because of all the damage he did. I thought he was just hands down going to win that, but obviously the spotting damage was crucial. But even if he didn't get all of that spotting damage, the middle of that match when Vank was up on top of the hill with tanks on his flanks and facing off against the FV and managing to go around him and track him and then go on to kill the E100, that deserves some serious respect. So this time, my own personal opinion, it's not going to be the same for all of you, but I enjoyed Vank's match more. That was had a couple more surprises in it. I do feel sorry for GDR in his match. He put up one hell of a fight. He's got more than double the amount of XP than the next best player, and more than double the amount of damage done. Yeah, just more than double than the next player on his team. A hell of a lot more than anyone on the enemy team. Even the top damage done by the Jagdpanther, he did a hell of a lot more. So a really great performance in that match. But if it was just about numbers, he'd win. But it isn't. It's about just watching the match and levels of entertainment. And actually, Vank in his game seemed to pull off some seriously good manoeuvring of his machine and keeping it hull down and managing to destroy a tier 9 and a tier 10 with his tier 8. So well done, Vank. That was a really good game. Really good game. I like doing these because you just don't know what's going to happen. You look at the numbers, and I swear I thought it was going to go to GDR looking at the numbers, but in the end, Vank actually had a more entertaining match. So well done to him. If you'd like to send your replays to me, please do, because I do need them. Pairing them off is quite tricky, trying to find the similar numbers. So I've got actually quite a few tier 6s and tier 7s and tier 8 matches that need pairs. So if you've got those kinds of games and anything else, please do throw them my way, and you stand a pretty good chance at the moment of it being thrown into one of these, because I've got, like I say, quite a few good games that are waiting. They just need a pair. So cool, enjoyed that. Thanks so much, guys, for sending those in. I'll obviously play tanks again soon, so keep your heads down, drink plenty of water. Take care, bye bye.